All right, hello everyone. Welcome back. It's Sunday, the usual.
Yep.
uh, I feel like my intros are getting worse and worse every time because
It's
I'm
fine,
just
man.
out of
Like
shit to say. But it's fine. Anyway,
it's
welcome.
it is what it is.
It is what it is. And yes, well anyway, welcome. Yes,
Hello
hello.
there.
Hello.
Hello.
um yeah, might be a little bit of internet things, but we're
Yeah.
gonna try our damn best, you know. I used to
Yes,
have
because
horrible issues, so
yeah, we'll try our best here. So
yeah, so
yeah,
far so
so
good. Well, yeah.
if you want me to, I can
Who
introduce
who are
myself real
you?
quick.
Tell us that.
Yes, true. What?
True.
Who am I
Who are
exactly?
you?
Yeah. So my name is EpicCrossover. You can call me EpicCrossover, whatever works. I'm a variety speedrunner. I do a lot of Nintendo variety stuff. So I do like a bunch of Switch games. I do a bunch of Wii games. But my main focus right now is like Nintendo World Championships, and I'm getting into Super Mario Party Jamboree now. It just released, so
Mm.
uh, yeah. I do YouTube stuff. Stream on Twitch whenever I can. I'm usually working though, because like I have like I work and I also go to school, so it's like I just stream whenever I can. So
Yeah, it's
yeah.
hard to find time when
Oh yeah,
doing
of
all that
course,
stuff.
absolutely.
Been
Yeah, for sure.
there, but
Yeah,
yeah, it's nice that there is always a little bit of time. You can figure
yeah,
something out.
absolutely. Hmm.
All right. Well, you know, I've looked at your speedrun.com profile, and good lord, it just keeps going. Uh, so,
Yeah, yeah. It's so I've done a lot of like just like runs that you would like nobody else would really do. Like there's some games that like I just find on like the eShop and they're just like a few bucks. So I'm just like, can I speedrun these games? And I end up doing them, and it's just like most of them are just they're like some of them are actually like good games that I like found, and they're like a nice cheap price that people could I would recommend getting. And then there's some games, Jackbox.
yeah, why are there
Yes.
like 2,000 runs on that?
Yeah, I was just part of like the time where like I just told a bunch of people like, "Oh, you can speedrun this game of Quiplash and you just have to enter like your name and you don't have to do anything else." And then it's just RNG of dialogue that the in-game like what Schmitty does. That's the host of Cliplash does, and it's just you just had to get the luckiest RNG ever of like how fast he speaks in specific dialogues. It's insane.
You see, normally I would be like, that's really dumb, but I can't
Yeah.
speak because I do have a time for Trivia Murder Party Death Percent.
Oh yeah, that's right. I did that as well actually. I did that with a bunch of old friends of mine. I don't really talk to them anymore because I mean we move on from like different communities and it's just like I like moved on from like one community to the other, and now I'm just like everywhere.
Hmm. Yeah,
I
but
don't really have like a set community. I'm just like I stay active and like in most of what I can, but
you're on the internet.
yeah,
There we
exactly.
go.
I know.
But yeah, the my excuse for the Trivia Murder Party thing is it was all Summoning Salt's fault. He actually created that game. Only exists because he like submitted like the game ticket for it to exist and then created the category after we just did some dumb shit
Yeah,
as a meme.
if you wanna like say something, you can blame Salt for basically creating Jackbox speedrunning because he was the only person who was like, you know what? What if we did this?
Oh, were there like no other Jackbox games
I
on
mean,
there
there was
until
like the
Trivia Murder
you
Party?
it was like there was like the you don't know Jack like trivia
Yeah, okay.
thing, which is like the side thing, but the actual Jackbox games thing, the first game was Trivia Murder Party.
He
Like that
actually
was
did start it. Oh
he
no,
actually did start it. That's the
bro.
craziest thing. And then it went from one person to another person, and then now it's just like people did it like for like I think it was like April where like there were so many runs, and it's just like, why did this happen? It's just, I mean, it was cool because like it just you farmed like a bunch of runs, and it's just like you don't have to do much of anything. You just have to start up the game.
The
I think that
RNG
was a
takes over. Oh,
yeah.
oh, the
I hear an
ghosts.
airplane in the
Oh,
background, so
okay.
sorry. That's why I got distracted. Yeah,
I see.
but yeah, I think the Cliplash thing was it's just I mean it's still like there's still a lot of runs I think because I'm a moderator for it now,
Oh,
and
I'm
there's just
so
a bunch of runs.
sorry.
I know. I mean, there's a bunch of runs that I haven't looked at because I mean I'm just kind of busy. I mean, I could do it like today, but like nah.
Mhm.
I have other people that can do it, so it's like once it gets to a certain date, like as soon as it gets to 2 weeks, I'm like, oh, okay, I'll verify it now. But it's just I don't really care about it until then.
Mhm.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
moderate a bunch of games, especially a specific Switch game that came out 3 months ago. Yeah.
Yes, I know where you're going. Sorry, I just
Yep.
still can't believe that
Yeah.
we
No. I know.
accidentally started this whole fucking Jackbox bullshit from one
Yeah.
meme. Oh
From
no.
one meme.
Now I feel
Yeah.
partially responsible. What have I
Yeah. Because
done?
I remember seeing that run. I was just like, since when did Something Salt did Trivia Murder Party?
Oh god.
And I was just confused. That's the reason why we did our run. It was just like,
Hmm.
oh my goodness, that all started from a meme.
Yep. I mean, as all good things do, right?
I
So.
I know. I mean, I could talk about a different memes that like I was also a part of. Like I remember it was Minecraft the Classic Edition. I was one of the
Mm.
first people who was like they like I the old like moderator contacted me. It was like, "Hey, you want to speedrun this game just for fun?" And I was just like, "Yeah, nobody's gonna speedrun this probably." So I did it, and I got moderator for it. And the next thing you know, I see like 100 runs in the verification thing, and I'm just like, "What did I get myself into?"
You were played. Wow.
Yeah.
They got you.
Yeah, I know. I was that was 4 years ago. That was 2020. And it was like that was when Cookie Mama was like a hot speedrun game. I remember that happening. Yeah. I met Easy Escape and I talked to him about that at Speedrun Summit. And I talked to him was like, yeah, I remember like the Cookie Mama thing, and he was just like, oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, it was pretty big. I think that all
It was
stemmed
pretty
from a
big.
Jaden video,
Yeah, that's the reason why it got so popular. And in the
which I
Burn of Pie
remember because
category.
within 5 seconds she shows Cosmic playing Mario 1. I was like, I know him. Anyway.
Yep. Yep. Wait, I know
Yeah,
him.
there I
Yeah.
am, Gary. But anyway.
Yep. I remember that. Yeah. So it's just a lot of cool stuff. I mean, I've been around here for like 5 years, but I haven't really speedrun that much recently. It's kind of just because I'm doing a lot of stuff nowadays, and I
Yeah.
just want and the free time I have, I just spend playing games that I enjoy, and it's just you can't really have time to like do anything else besides like just having fun as a gamer. It's
Hmm.
just relaxing and then playing something that's cool. I mean, that's all I can really say.
Fair enough. Well, speaking of 5 years ago, I guess we can get into how you got started in
Oh
speedrunning
yes,
completely. So.
absolutely. So the first game that I started playing was Go Vacation, and
Okay.
yes, that is in fact how I started playing. I remember seeing like videos. I just searched up like like around the start of 2019, and I was like, wait, people speedrun Go Vacation?
People
And
speedrun anything.
yeah, I know. And I was like, okay, well, maybe I should get like just do something that like I didn't really know what speedrunning was at that point. So
Mhm.
I just looked at like the categories, and I remember seeing like the first category, it was like 30 seconds, and I was just like, oh, I can do this. So that was like the first ever run I did. February 11th, 2019
Wow.
was when I started. And that started all this. So it was kind of crazy. It was like I got involved in the community. I started running the game, started doing a bunch of other like individual level categories, and then in the span of a week, I was like a verifier for the game, which was kind of cool. And I'll talk more about moderation later because I use to moderate a lot of games. So I mean,
So
that's
I've
definitely
noticed.
something. Yeah, yeah, I know. Yeah, so I'll definitely mention that in a bit. But yeah, I remember. Yes, yeah, his name was Real Scar. He was like the person who really started the Go Vacation thing, and it started off very nice. I mean, it's just I remember the Switch like port, and we were talking about like, oh, do we do a separate leaderboard or something, or do we both have it on the same board? And since there wasn't really any differences because it was a port, we decided to just put the Wii version as one thing and Switch on the other. So it made a lot more sense that way. And there was like the main categories, which is like Villa percent, which is like you do 20 activities as fast as you can, and then that's once you get the villa, like after completing 20 activities, like they just give you a villa, and so like, yeah, have this free house.
I
And
take a free
then
house.
yeah, and then any percent is actually longer. It's not like the true any percent would probably just be villa percent, but that's like half of like what the actual any percent is. The any percent is every single activity, and once you get to the credits, that's when the run ends.
Mhm.
And it's really just you don't really have to like do that much optimization for like any percent rather than villa percent, because you go like any percent, you're doing every single one. It's just you just kind of do them like not really in order of what they intend to do, but in an order which it makes sense, because you have to like map to certain locations. You have to head to 4 different resorts, which are marine resorts, what you start off with. And then you have city resort, that is probably one of my favorites. I spend so much time in city resort, it's insane. Like I just exploring, and then music is amazing too. And then there's also snow resort, another good resort, very fun. Snowmobile is like, oh, I'll talk about that in a second, because there's like a meme in Snowmobile where it's like, make sure you switch to it like during a certain part of the run, because if you don't, you lose like 20 seconds just because you it's the mismenuing, which is like pretty bad. I mean, it's the menuing is crazy in Go Vacation. Like you have to menu to like everything, to where it's like, oh, I had to go to this place. Okay, I just can't mess it up, because you can lose seconds very quickly just by menuing. Not even by actually playing the game. It's just, well, not technically playing the game, but
Mhm.
yeah, I remember that just being like the start of that just being like fun to play like from time to time, and then I would take a break from the game for a while, and then I would just come back and then just play for a while, and then just kind of like being off and on. I'm currently on the off period of playing Go Vacation. It's still a very fun game, like to play casually. It's it's cool to like get like high scores and like different modes, getting your best time as well. And it's just it's what got me started, and I just started falling down into the rabbit hole of what is speedrunning. So I mean, it's still one of my favorite moments, just starting off with Go Vacation, and it was just a fun time. It was like actually playing the game, but also speedrunning it was just something that helped me like escape like a different like medium of like actually playing the game and actually being as fast as possible doing like a specific category. And then also there's like different, like you can take photo locations around like different resorts. Oh yeah, I forgot to say mountain resort is the last one. And there's also villa grounds where you have like your villa as well that you can decorate, which is nice. There's a lot I can talk about this game. It's just it's definitely something like if it's ever on sale, like I would 100% recommend you pick it up because it's such a fun game.
Hmm.
Like especially like there's some things that were like on the Wii, but they weren't really like they didn't really transfer that well onto the Switch. But like there was like a few games that they were just like, I don't think this would work because Switch was not really like a motion type of game. Like Go Vacation on Wii was like most of it was motion controls, and then they suited well enough to where you did full controls for the Switch version, which I think is kind of better because it's just like, yeah, I can do the I can do the Wii version, but like once I do the motion control thing, and I'm just like I go to the Switch version, and then I come back to the Wii version, I'm just like, okay, I forgot how to play. I guess it's just I just I just don't know how to play the game anymore. And it's just like I kind of like had to get familiar with the controls again. It's just like there's specific people who like only speedrun like the Switch version, and people who speedrun the Wii version. It's it's crazy. I mean, it's it's still a very fun game. Like I still have a lot of fun to this day playing the game, but I have so many other games. Like there's so much to speedrun nowadays. Like it was just like a few set of like games when I started in like 2019 that a lot of people were playing like Mario 64. People still do that though. But just there was a few set of like games that people would speedrun. Nowadays it's like you have 200 games that a lot of people just like you pick like one game or they have like a bunch of other games and it's just I love how like speedrunning has like brought like a nice community for like a lot of people. I mean, it's just the Go Vacation community is very awesome. Like I met some really like nice people there, and it's just I'm glad to have like such humble beginnings. And then 2020, we'll talk about that in just a moment. But I think of it very fondly. It's what got me started in all of this. So
Yeah. Well, um, yeah, I don't know anything about the game, so.
oh yeah, it's kind of difficult to explain to somebody because
Hmm.
I kind of just tell them to like look at like playthroughs on like how the game works because
Okay.
that's where you actually see the entire game. That's why I like was like some other games. It's just like I can't really explain to you how the game works because it's just much better if you actually play the game. It's
Hmm.
just it's a lot better if you experience it instead of me just or you can experience it like watching like a video, for example. That's definitely what I would recommend as well.
It sounds like free roam, and then you go to play like sport-esque mini games.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
yeah, you got the idea. I mean, I can say like there's you can drive like different vehicles
Hmm.
across like the uh the terrain like different like marine resort there's ATVs you can drive
Hmm.
along. There's city resort where you can just get a skateboard and then
Hmm.
just uh just roam around and also get photo locations where you can take photos. I love the photo part of it. It's just like a nice little like screenshot you can have and just show off to like your friends or something. It's great. And there's also like chests as well that you can just grab like a specific item that they're in like not really like easy. So it's kind of cool because it's like you move. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention the category that like was so active, like the IL category. It like I can probably make a world record history video on it because of how active it was.
Hmm.
That relates to chess. It's all the city chess, and it started off as like a very like casual, just like not really just we really didn't know that many strategies at that time, so we just did a specific route, and then the route changed, and the next thing you know, the time just goes down, down, and down, and then I got to a point where I knew what a certain mark would be, so I got that time, like after like spending so much time, like I spent like an hour on it, like more than like I've ever done like other categories, like just for an IL as well. Like I was very invested in this thing, and then the route changed, and the next thing you know, the time just went from this to this, and it's just like I spent all that time just for it to go down like by like 15 seconds, and it's like a 2 minute category too. So I was very shocked to realize that one day,
That's how it
because it
goes.
was yeah. I mean that's just how it goes. I mean speedrunners will find a way to make it faster unless it's like specifically impossible to improve on it. Like we can definitely mention that in a few moments. But Go Vacation, I mean, it's not something that like I didn't like. I like the me games. Like
Hmm.
whenever I play a game, like if I play as a me, like I play as myself. I think that's kind of cool because it's just like, hey, I can play as my certain character, which is really something that definitely reached out to me because I was like, oh wow, you can actually you just run around. You can use a horse at mountain resort. Yeah, you can drive an off-road car, mountain resort as well. Yeah, you have a snowboard at snow resort. Bunch of other activities that you can play to unlock certain like decorations, or just keep. I don't know. It's such a. I'm getting very nostalgic because it's just a game that I'm very excited. It was just so fun. It still is, but it was just so fun at that moment because I got into like a nice community of speedrunning, and I'm just very happy I started off that way because it was just playing a game that like like I will admit it was frustrating like at some points, like not getting a time that you were hoping for. Like it still is a little frustrating when like I try to like speedrun, like get back into the game, and it's just like I can't do anything. And it's just I just can't play at all. So it's still a fun game to go back to like casually, but speedrunning it though, I probably won't be looking at that like going back to it anytime soon, because there was like a guy who like in like 2023 just started getting every single world record, and his name's Juice. Shout out to him because he's a great person. I felt a little sad that he just took like almost every single world record, and I was just like, I don't know what to do anymore. And it's just that's the one part of speedrunning that I'm just kind of like, if someone just takes all your records, it's just like, oh well, I could try to get them back, but it's just like they just did it so easily, and it's just that's the one part of speedrunning where I'm just kind of like, yeah, I don't know what to do about that. So
Hmm. Yeah, that's why there's other games and other things to
yes,
do. So
yeah, very much so. I
always.
can talk about my games after, because 2019 was just Go Vacation, and I think Mario Maker 2.
Hmm.
No, just Mario Maker 1, because Mario Maker 2 didn't come out yet until like June. So I played Mario Maker 1. I did like a one category. It wasn't a great run either. It was just I was like, let's just speedrun this and see how it goes. and I didn't really do many variety stuff at that point. And then 2020 came along, and then I started looking at, oh, what other games could I speedrun that like might be cool enough to like check out, and I stumbled along the Wii series community. So a bunch of Wii Sports, Wii Sports Resort, Wii Party, a bunch of those games. And that was when like COVID hit, where I really started like actually speedrunning, since I had a lot of time on my hands, because I wasn't really I was at a point where like in school where I was just like, oh well, I'm kind of not really doing anything for like 3 weeks, so I'm just like, oh, let's just do this. And that's where I kind of just like I went straight into like the rabbit hole of speedrunning, where I became so invested in just trying to like improve my times as fast as possible, which I kind of regret a little bit, because it's just like I did all of this just because I had nothing else to do, and it still was very fun. Like I still have some fun memories of playing the games, and having fun with people that I met through those games. But I feel like I spent too much time in like being invested into like playing like one category or just one game, and just kind of just like losing all this track of time, and where I like in cases where I sleep at like very like I sleep at a very bad time. So it was definitely at that moment where I started like getting invested into like the speedrun.com, and like also moderating games, especially, yeah, definitely, especially 2020. That was definitely where I started running, and like also finding out a lot more about what speedrun.com was, which was kind of nice. But there's some things that I still didn't necessarily agree with at that moment, because speedrun.com was a lot different 4 years ago. I think you can say the same, Ace.
A little bit.
Yeah, I mean the layout definitely changes from like time to time, where it was like, oh, we had like this it was run by like one person or something like that, and they have like some content people, like content moderators, full moderators, stuff like that. And I remember that period of time where it was like I I didn't really do much of else, like I still was doing like some school stuff, but like it was very tricky, because it was I was so invested in like speedrunning a new, like kind of like something new, but also like something completely different from time to time. So I wasn't. That's where like the variety came in, because I was just like I did like casually speedrun like whenever I like wanted to, when I did Go Vacation. But then once 2020 came along, I was like, oh, I have all this free time. I'm just gonna spend doing as much as I can, but and just trying to be in like an active community. And it kind of made me not as great as a person I thought I would be, because I started getting very angry. Like I wouldn't say I'm like, because I've had some like issues in the past where I'm just like I feel bad like whenever I get mad at somebody, like when playing a game. It's just like I try to speedrun less and less because of that. But it was like it's still like I still think it's fun to go back to those games that I did speedrun at that time, but I definitely won't actually speedrun them. I'll probably just play them just for fun, which I think is just better, because it's just the Wii Sports, like Wii Series games. I don't think they really were meant for speed. They're definitely not meant for speedrunning at all, and it got to the point where it was just like, yeah, we're speedrunning these games, but like, why are we doing this? But that's just that's just all the things as a speedrunner is like, why do
Why
we
not?
speedrun these games? We just do it. We just do them. So it's cool,
Hmm.
very cool.
I do love watching the Wii series type games, especially the sports games.
Oh yeah,
Like I know
like I
they're
definitely
maybe
want.
not meant for it, but
Yeah.
it makes it quite
Oh yeah,
entertaining.
yeah. It does make it very quite entertaining when someone like can menu fast to another game and like do like a certain like strategy that like I'd never seen before, and it's just like, oh wow, I didn't think you could actually do that. Especially the golf ones.
Golf is so fun.
Yeah, there's like have you seen like the Summoning Salt
Oh,
videos?
of
Like
course, yeah.
yeah, like the replay system for Wii Sports Resort, and it's just like, oh yeah, I forget that that's something that like hinders the golf thing because if you get way too close, it's just like, oh yeah, you lose like 15 seconds just by getting too close to the hole. And I'm just like, yeah. It's just like there's a lot to take in. I mean, the original Wii Sports didn't have replays at all, so you can just try and like go for a chip in or hit as close to the hole as you can. But I mean, it's still a fun time. Like, I definitely would recommend people like if you want to speedrun something and you only have that game, like or to like have like those Wii Series games and you just are interested, like definitely I would recommend it because there's still very fun games to play. Like in general, like that was like the area I liked, and like I always as me characters, so that's what really like got me into that because I love playing as myself, which is just kind of feels a little weird, but I don't know. I just like doing that.
No, I know the whole like self-inserting to like whatever character in the game, like
Yeah,
whatever game will have like a custom character type thing. People can get really
yeah,
into that, and the Mii's were
yeah,
just a fun way to do that.
yeah. Like you can have yourself, you can have a celebrity, you can have Garfield. I mean, the possibilities are endless.
Oh man, the Mii's.
Possibilities are
Good
indeed
times.
endless.
Reminds me of Check Me Out channel and everything.
Oh my god. I could talk a lot about the Wii channel stuff because I mean I've had this like it really was like my parents' Wii and then there was like, yeah, you can play because it's like and then it's like it's family friendly, of course. And then over time it was just like me and my brother would like play from time to time. Like he would have his games, I would have my games. I was more of like the party type of like gaming because like I just wanted to have fun. Like that's just kind of what I wanted to be like, just like relax and like play a nice chill game of Wii Sports Golf for example. And then that was kind of just what it was for like 2020. And then the moderation came in, and then next thing you know, I'm like moderating like 20 games. Most of them I don't run at all. So it was at that moment where it was just like, okay, so I run these games, but some of them I don't. I don't really know
What?
them that well, so it's just like when I look to verify a run, I'm just like, yeah, can you do this? I can't. I don't know what the how this game works. So it's just
How do you
yeah,
get put as a moderator if you don't know
I
the
don't know.
game?
I mean, that was the thing with the Minecraft stuff. It was just like I didn't really know how the game really worked. So when when I verified a run or I rejected a run, they would just like they would usually contact me and be like, "Hey, this actually follows the rules. It's just like there's a certain thing that like I did that like is like a kind of like a loophole maybe." But it was just like, yeah, how did I get myself into this mess? I was like, hmm, I don't know. But yeah, that point in 2020, it was just like I was moderating games that I didn't really play that often. So definitely at the end of 2020, I was like, all right, you know what? I'm just gonna stop doing this, and I actually like moderate games that like I actually play,
I'm just
and like I know it.
I'm
I mean,
confused.
I mean, it's kind of not great because like my moderation count is going up and up nowadays. So, but at that moment, like in time, it was the games that like I didn't really play that often that I was moderating, and I was just like, yeah, I don't want to actually like look and like spend time like looking at this or something. Nowadays, I'm fine with that, but it's just like I'm busy where it's like, yeah, I'll look at the run eventually. It's just like I'm kind of my hands are tied here.
just do you don't have to like submit a mod app or any. What can people just like say? Oh, you're a mod now. Like, how does?
No, it was I don't know. I mean, I had a friend of mine who uh would go out of his way to like he would speedrun a game. Like a new game that no one had speedrun before. He would get the leaderboard up, and then he would just be the moderator. And then sometimes he would ask me, he was like, "Hey, you want to be a moderator for this game?"
Okay.
And he has like this like the intensity of be like, "Oh, you can run this game." Like I'll say I'll definitely run in the future. I say that I say that I'll run in the future, but in reality I don't.
Hmm.
so
Okay.
so I'm like a moderator for like a month, and I'm just like, yeah, I'm not gonna speedrun this game, and I just leave
Interesting.
most of the time. So yeah, that's my friend Hayden. Yeah, we moderate Metopia on Switch. So
Hmm.
yeah, we still do that. Yeah, that was one game that in 2021 that I actually wanted to like fully speedrun, but it was the any percent is like 10 hours. So
Oh my god. Okay.
yeah, I'm still holding off on that. Like I definitely want to do it at some point, like probably around like the holiday time. But I do not want to definitely do not want to do it anytime soon because I do a lot of like I've done a lot of long run games like where it's like why do you spend that much time on that game? Like I've done Go Vacation like runs that there's a category called all challenges, and it's every single like I think there's like 70 challenges, and it's like you have to complete like every single game like 100%, like the activities like there's like 50 activities in the game, for example, and there's some set modes like sub modes that you have to do them. So the run like I was like, yeah, I'm prepared to go like 20 hours. And funny enough, it was I think it was 19 hours of running the game, and I had like a 2 hour sleep break. And then I like woke up and I was like, I'm gonna finish this, and then I'm gonna go right back to bed.
Hmm. That
And that
that's a
was
lot of time.
yeah, yeah, a lot of time. And then there's also 100%, which is a little different because it's like there's some specific things that you wouldn't do in all challenges that you actually do in 100% because you have to get like a certain level to unlock like every single like small thing the uh in the game. And that was a few more hours. That was like 24, I think. I think I hit 24 hours. And I don't really do that many long speedrun games anymore besides like Ace Attorney. I've done like every single game.
Hmm.
And I speedrun of way too much stuff. It's just like I probably should do less, but I just love playing like different kinds of games, and it's just very fun to go back and be like, hey, I speedrun this game. Oh wait, how I spent that much time on this, that much time. So it's still very fun to like go back and like possibly watch like how like bad my mic quality was, or for example, or how I can improve on that, or how I can do that differently. It's just that's the part of being a speedrunner. It's just like how could I do this faster? I mean that's a question that a lot of people don't really know the answer to unless they spend the time like going back and recycling like the information of like, oh wait, I had to do this, or I had to do this but really precise like trick, for example, like pipe bounces.
Hmm?
Are you there?
I didn't know where pipe bounces came from.
Oh well, I don't know. It's just like great for like precise tricks that like you have to do like during a run, like flagpole glitch, like
Oh, do you
just
mean
saying
the
like
thing from Mario Kart Wii?
oh, I'm just saying like the specific
Hmm.
like skips that you have to do like during a run or something like that. I don't know. I'm just kind of like talking like in general, like for like any game, like doing like something that if you don't do it correctly, you lose a lot of time. I mean, that's just
Okay.
something that I don't know. I yab a little too much.
I see. Okay. I
Yeah.
do. I just lost the flow for a second.
Oh
It's
yeah.
fine.
Sorry.
Anyway, um, so I guess just down the timeline, keep going.
Okay. Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm looking back at like all like the memories. I'm just like, what did I do like during like a specific point of
I know
speedrunning?
there's a
Because
lot.
yeah,
That's the one thing. Although I
yeah,
don't know how
they're
much of that is quiplash, but it's.
oh that's like starting 2024. So I haven't gone there yet. Uh,
I think we covered that enough too. I meant like
yeah.
because every time you upload a run with that with like a different person, it's considered a different run. So just full and full and full
Yeah,
of
I mean,
different games.
it's at the moment where it's like I'm almost at 1,000 runs, and it's
Good
just like I
lord. Okay,
don't.
calm down.
I mean, yeah, I know. It's just I know a lot of people who like who focus on like doing as many runs as they can, and you try to load their page, and it's just like it takes forever, and I'm just like, yeah, I can't look at your page because it's just like it's just buffering. It's just
I mean, that's your
speedrun.com is
page
just
now, so
yeah. Well, it's not that bad. It's just there's other like there's other people's like Speedrunner.com users that you just can't view them at all.
hmm.
Like you just it just takes like a full like 2 minutes just to load the page, and it's just like I don't want to get to that point. So
Well, you're halfway there.
yeah, I know. I'm it's just like I love speedrunning, but at the same point, it's just like I don't want to do too much. Like I still love to like run a game from time to time, but it's just like I don't do it to the point where it's like overkill. It's just like uh, I'm running this game, but it's just like I'm doing too much at the same time. But it's still very fun. But we can go. Yeah, 2020 was more of just like finding out like what games I was interested in,
Hmm.
and then 2021 was like I I didn't really do that much like new at all because I didn't really get into like a new speedrun game. But there was like two games that I think I actually like ran that were like the main part of 2021. And I wasn't really I was spending much more time like like after COVID kind of like getting back into like friends like outside of like the screen, for example. So yeah, 2021 was mostly just me speedrunning Go Vacation again. And that's where I became very active in uh doing different categories, just improving my times as fast as I possibly can. And Go Vacation was definitely the game where I definitely uh had much more actually I kind of just didn't really like the game that much because I got frustrated trying to like improve myself as like a speedrunner, which from time to time people do get frustrated whenever they can't really get like the time they want, and it just takes forever almost.
Been there.
Sorry.
What?
Just you giggling to be like, why do you have so much of just like stuff that like it's just you have never heard before?
Oh yeah, what the page?
Yeah, I'll probably get
Oh,
to that
I've
in a
seen
moment.
worse. Don't worry, but it is
Oh,
funny.
okay. All right, cool. And then I got into Metopia speedrunning. Then I got back into Mario Kart Wii actually during 2021. That's where
Dang.
yeah, Mario Kart Wii and Metopia were like the two games that I spend the most time on. But I wasn't really speedrunning during that moment of time. And if I was speedrunning, it was just like the casual like Go Vacation run of just like bill percent, any percent, something like that. And then also doing a bunch of stuff like from time to time, or like just being active in communities and just having fun, just playing the game and being being a normal speedrunner at that point. And then yeah, 2021 was kind of just like a blur. It didn't really nothing really much happened during that time because I spent most of my time playing Mario Kart Wii. So I
Wii-based
was really
game.
just yeah, it's still a very fun game. I mean, it was that was that moment where 2021 where I was recording a bunch of YouTube stuff, and that's where I
Hmm.
was really like that's where I started putting more videos out there, and I was growing my channel. And I was just uploading like Wii Sports content that didn't really need to get that many views, but it did, and I was just like, who watches this?
What
Like
kind of
it's just
content?
it's literally just like playthrough videos,
Just
like
playthrough.
just playing a like specific game, like playing like We Party U for example.
Hmm.
Just playing the game normally, by the way, and it just gets like 10K views, and I'm just
Oh,
like who's watching this? And
I'm doing the wrong
it's
thing.
yeah, I mean, I definitely it was at that moment where I was like doing content. I was uploading like once a day at some
Oh
point,
God. Okay.
and it was just I was uploading at a specific point where I saw like the graph of like when people were watching my videos. I was like, all right, I'll put it at this specific time, and that's when people can
Hmm.
watch a new thing, for example. And sometimes the algorithm literally just like spiked up where it's like, oh wait, how many people are watching this again? And I was at the moment where it was like it wasn't just speedrunning at that point. It was at 2021. It was more just like me playing, doing YouTube stuff, also streaming on Twitch a lot more differently. Like the reason why I got my Twitch affiliate was because of Jackbox. Like very like at the start of 2020, like during COVID, well, like the Wii series like community and stuff, I would stream Jackbox
Hmm.
and I would get like 10 viewers at a time, and I was like, oh, that's cool. So now I have affiliate, but I didn't really get many like subs at all because I wasn't really like I just kind of just showcase like, oh, we can play Jackbox together, and that's just like that's it. And I definitely started streaming a lot more in 2021. That's when I started like actually like streaming and like also speedrunning at the same time, to where I I had like some like very like interesting clips that if you look back, it's just like, oh wait, I had that microphone quality.
Hmm.
And then I got a microphone like like in the middle of 2021, where it wasn't bad quality by any chance, but it was it was definitely a step towards like the doing a lot more like whenever I could, but I also just wanted to like not have it be like my focal point because I was going to school. I was in like my junior year at that point, going probably into my senior year at the end. Yeah, senior year at the end of 2021. And it was just a fun time to just like cuz it was going through that like stage where like speedrunning was active a lot. Like the 2020 was when like the boom like really like skyrocketed. And in 2021 it was just like a gradual like some like increase at some point, but like it was just I felt a lot of I felt it was very cool at that point. I don't remember that 2022 though, because 2021 was just like YouTube, Twitch streaming, and then some speedrun stuff down on the time, like off and on. And 2022 was like kind of like more of the same, but in like the middle of it, I started like realizing, oh yeah, I got to go to college soon. So, uh, that's when I like during the summer of 2022 was when I didn't really talk to that many friends because I was like, yeah, I could, but I was like, I was kind of like the socially awkward kid. So I was like, all right. That's when I started doing the Go Vacation, like all challenges and 100% run, and then being more like playing those games before I was like, oh, so now I'll spend more time doing something different at the end of 2022. And that was definitely something I very it was a very interesting moment at that time where I was just like I feel like I overworked myself to where I was like I will speedrun probably this game, and I just feel like I overworked myself way too quick where it's like I kind of just don't want to go back to the game that much. It's still very fun. Like don't get me wrong at all. It's just it's still a very fun game to play. But I it was at that moment where it was just like I feel like I was doing too much, and as soon as the like as soon as I got like into like the college like atmosphere, I just kind of just stopped doing a lot of speedrun stuff. And we can just kind of like move on to probably like late 2023 because late 2023 was when where I was like, okay, I did not really like my college year at that point, like going like to a different school and like actually living there. So that's when I started doing community college, and that was like the end of 2023. Most of it was kind of the same though because I was still playing Mario Kart Wii a lot. I towards like the end of 2022. I was also still uploading on YouTube, still streaming on Twitch whenever I wanted to, and then it was like I was just kind of like doing like the rinse and repeat stuff of just like I would do this, and then that was kind of about it. And I wasn't really doing much speedrunning at that time, and if I did, I was just like locally recording it and then just having fun, but like I wasn't really taking it like serious at all. It was just a casual thing. And then Quiplash happened. And then next thing you know, I'm thrusted right back into it. So
No, just some internet stuff.
oh yeah, of course.
So Quiplash, you said.
Yes. Yeah, it was I don't know, it was just kind of like a I got like I was kind of just like doing like my own thing where it was just like I kind of just was just spending most of my time just watching YouTube videos or making the YouTube videos myself and then uploading them and then sometimes streaming on Twitch, but like it wasn't like I wasn't really like active like streaming. Like I would stream on like time to time, but also because my internet was not really like that great at that time, so I wasn't really like gonna be streaming that often. But I was definitely I was it was the summer of 2023, or probably yeah, I think summer 2023 to present day, where I started getting back into speedrunning and also just having a lot more fun. But I was also like this. I started at the summer of 2023 is when I started getting a job. So I also was like working as well. So I was keeping myself busy. Like I wasn't like when I was not sleeping, when I was not working, and when I was not doing anything else. Like the free time was kind of just like, oh yeah, let's just do this. Like let's just have some fun. I think the Cool Flash actually started not the summer 2023, but I think the towards summer 2024, because it was very recent. Like it's still very recent, but I started doing a lot more like Mario Kart Wii related stuff. I was making custom tracks actually for Mario Kart Wii
Wait, making them?
around. Yes,
Oh, wait, that's cool.
yeah,
What?
yeah. I'll touch on that in a second. I'm just doing like the timeline first, so I can
No,
like
I
get
I
like a
got
bit.
it, but I mean, I've been into like Mario Kart Wii customs for like over a decade and a half now.
Oh wow,
Not making
nice.
them, but playing them.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah,
I'm
it
not
was
cool
like
enough
at
to
this.
make them.
Yeah, at the summer 2023 was when I started focusing on actually making a custom track. I wasn't really good at it,
I mean, we never are
but
at the start, right?
yeah, but you had to start somewhere, and it's still very fun to like make something, but it was like the process to like make a custom track at the start was like very difficult, because it was just like I'd look at it like this guy is not make it's just the guy who made the tutorial. I think his name is Sneaky. He made the tutorial, and I was just like, I'm falling asleep listening to this. Like like I barely heard his voice in the actual tutorial, and I was just like, how long is this gonna take me? It took me 4 days just to look at like 7 videos, which realistically could take 4 hours, but it took 4 days because I was like, why are we doing this? Why
Hmm.
are we doing this? But yeah, it was like I started at the like February 2023, but I wasn't really like good at it. I did like some like half ports and like half like just like trying to like figure out how to make it. And
Hmm.
then summer 2023 I started actually like, oh, how do I make this now? And then I was like, oh, that's how you do it. So I know there's like different softwares that you could use. Like you can use Blender, but I use SketchUp because SketchUp was a lot easier to make actual custom tracks. At least for me, because Blender was just it was such an advanced tool for me. It was just like, I don't know if I want to do this. So, but I still make custom tracks to this day with some people.
Hmm.
Like I like off and on. I kind of just like I started from February, took a break, followed starting March, and then August I picked it back up for a while, and then now it's at the point where like I make it only when I want to, and only whenever I'm actually like really bored and I actually have a lot of free time on my hands. I'm not doing anything else, so it's still a fun thing to do, especially like just playing custom tracks and stuff. Yeah, then summer 2024, which only was a few months ago, was when I really started speedrunning again, especially with a certain game that me and you definitely have
Hmm.
played,
Maybe a little
and
too much.
maybe a little too much, yeah, yeah. And I was speedrunning like Nintendo World Championships. I was like, yeah, this is like I'm glad they actually made a game for speedrunning, and it was cool. I wasn't really great at it still. I mean, I'm still not really that. I'm like, I'm okay. You're definitely a lot better than me.
Well, I think I put a little bit more effort into it, so
Yeah,
I
I mean,
think
I don't
it's
really put
only
that.
fair.
Yeah, I don't really put that much effort.
Not to
That is
mention
true.
I've already ran like half the games. So,
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you run like a few of the games, so I mean, it makes sense. And I didn't run any of them because I don't play
yeah.
NES games.
But that's the
like
cool thing,
I
right? It introduces people to the speedruns of the old NES games.
yeah,
That's why I'm
yeah.
a huge
That's
fan of
very
the
cool. I
game.
mean, yeah, I love that. It's just like, oh yeah, you're playing this game now. It's just like, oh, this is what people
Now
were
you know the
speedrunning
run.
back then.
Yeah. Now you know part of the
It was,
run. Now you can do
I
it.
know. Yeah. And then the rewind feature. Oh God.
Okay, that yeah. It's good to have a rewind feature. It is not a great rewind feature.
Yeah.
You can get comboed too easily
Yeah. It's like at the point where it's like, oh, you rewind, and then next thing you know, you're like, oh, I have to do another rewind, and then another rewind,
because it keeps
and it's just like,
putting you in a terrible spot. Yeah.
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 Especially with like certain games that they added to Nintendo World Championships. It was like there was like what is it? Excite Bike. That's right. I cannot play that game for my life.
Oh,
I
that
just I
that game is ridiculously hard. I am like
yeah.
it
And they
amazes me
make
how
it
good people
they
can
make
get
it
it.
ridiculously hard because you can't if you mess up once, you rewind.
Hmm.
It's like I understand like it's good for like beginners and stuff. Like if you mess up then like hey, you just rewind back and you
But they'll
will be
rewind you
fine.
into another tumble because you can't
Yeah.
react into yeah. No. My least favorite is some of the Metroid challenges where there's like a little pit that you can land in but easily jump out, but even if you touch it, it's like nope.
Oh
And I'm
yeah.
like,
Yeah.
dude, I can jump out of it. It's fine. What are you
Horrible.
doing? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
that's
at
my
least it's
that's
not
my
as
nitpick.
bad as Ice Climber.
Oh, everyone who plays the game can collectively sigh at Ice Climber, yes. Mm-hmm. Precisely.
Yep. Yep.
What a video
Yeah.
game.
Let's talk about Ice Climber for a bit.
Let's not
Why is it? Why is it?
actually.
What? Okay.
No.
I was like, why is it in like why is it in
I
there? Like
am
that's
very curious what they were thinking at their games list. Like they have the essentials, but they
like
put too
you
many
could have
black
possibly
box bullshit
yeah
like Ice
maybe
Climber,
like
Balloon
Punch
Fight.
Out or something maybe could have been in there.
The only
Like
thing I see about Punch Out not working is they do all of their stuff in real time, right? Like they have the
oh yeah,
live
true.
split, and I mean Mike Tyson's Punch Out is already an RNG fest, but it would be
Yeah.
even more one with like the random
Yeah.
delay on get ups and stuff with an RTA timer. If they implemented an
That's
IGT timer somehow, then I
yeah,
guess.
that's
But
true.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's the only reason why I don't see that in there.
Yeah.
But and I guess like
Climber for like a
third
few seconds.
parties would
The
be
game is
hard.
not good.
Yeah, no. Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, just
they chose some interesting things.
yeah, balloon fight. I mean, it's not bad. I mean,
Balloon, it's
it's
not a
not the
good
worst
speed
game.
run though.
No, it's
It's
definitely
not
not
a
a
good
good
speed
speedrun.
run. Excitebike's a good
It,
speed run, but it's really hard.
yeah, it's very difficult.
And then
Yeah,
everything else just makes sense
yeah,
after that.
the other stuff definitely makes sense. Like Kirby makes sense. Legend of Zelda games make
Hmm.
sense. I mean,
Metroid's a little
I love
annoying,
I
but it makes sense.
yeah, I mean Zelda games are yeah some
Zelda
RNG
games, the
factors.
Zeldas are good for it.
Yeah, then the Mario ones, of course.
Donkey Kong was a interesting choice too.
Oh God, do
Yeah.
we even talk about Legendary Trial?
I mean, I'm torn because on the one hand, it's good to get the RNG game out of the way first. Like, oh, so you can
Yeah.
easily reset. But God, that game is really hard to get good RNG.
Oh yeah, I've definitely
Apparently.
experienced that myself. But it's like the only game I'm actually good at in the actual run, like starting off with the game, was Donkey Kong. I was just like, it's the only game I'm good at. This is gonna be really bad.
Yeah. I think someone
Yeah,
ran over
then
a skunk near my house, so that's fun. Anyway,
oof. Yeah.
yeah, having a great
Yeah,
time
then
right now.
yeah.
Anyway,
That's good. Yeah. So it was a
uh,
little dry, so I had some
yeah,
water.
smelling like ice climber in here.
Yeah, oh god.
Anyway,
Smells like doo doo right now.
smells like ice climber. Anyway,
Yeah, then there was the Metroid Escape,
yeah,
where you can easily mess up.
I learned so when I did my GDQ run of Legendary Trial, I mentioned it like sometimes you do this jump and you just don't make it. And as far as we know, it's RNG, but I'm sure like someone with more knowledge could give a real answer. And someone in the comment section said it's like there's some rounding error with some of the jumps, so the height is varied. And that's why it
Gotcha.
happens. And it's like, oh, there's an answer. It is just RNG. Yay.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
yeah, where
But
it's
at
like
least now
I
I
try to
know.
yeah I try to do like a specific like strategy where it's like I could try to go as fast as I can, but I'm like
Mhm. Yeah,
uh
the optimal strat, you just have to hope you get the good jump heights,
yeah
unfortunately.
yeah that's yeah sometimes I don't. I'm just like I just go. I
Yeah,
just
no,
like slam
it's
my chair. I'm
frustrating.
just
Like,
yeah
no one
very
gets pissed
frustrating.
off at RNG more than me, but
Yeah.
I'm able to deal with it. It's not too bad.
Yeah. Then there's what's up next? Mario Bros. 2, the American version.
Hmm.
Reskin of Doki Doki Panic.
It's a little more than a reskin, but yeah, that's what everyone says.
A little more, yeah, a little more, yeah.
I mean, Doki Doki didn't have a run button.
But well, similar. Yeah. So definitely yeah, the 1-1 Dream Run. I think they're doing the World Championships for that right now.
Yeah, I've kind of fallen off of the weekly stuff.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I mean people are gonna stop playing it after like probably like 15 and just be like, it's just the same thing again.
Yeah, I don't know. I just
Yeah, because they'll get to the point where it's like they've done every single challenge, and it's just like, okay, what do we do now?
yeah, like if you get like a really good time, it's literally just doing it again, right? It's like, okay, I don't really care. I'd rather do
Yeah,
Legendary Trial in the speedrun mode, right? Where like I
yeah,
can actually
exactly.
improve my time and do more than like 20-second stuff. But at the
Yeah,
start though, I mean, they were hype as hell. Everyone was doing them. Yeah, I'm
yeah.
glad
I
they still
mean,
get attention, but yeah, I
yeah, they
just
still get a lot of attention. Like I know at some point they'll definitely die off because it would be like, oh, there's nothing new this week, and there's literally nothing new for
if they
them to
put Mario
choose.
Master back on there, I'll come back for that week,
Nice, nice.
get the record again,
Yeah,
and not miss it
yeah,
by 1 frame
yeah.
with 2 hours
I don't know
left
how long we have
instead
to
of the other.
wait for that though.
Who knows? It could be next
Yeah,
week, could be next year. I don't know. I don't know how they're deciding their
who knows? Yeah.
I don't know how they're deciding their stuff. But yeah, I mean,
I think it's just kind of like they do two normals and then they just do like something
some
different
hard
with like
ones.
yeah
Yeah, I don't know. But um yeah. I've fallen a little bit off of that, but the
yeah
again, the other modes super fun. Uh
yeah
yeah,
for
I know.
sure.
I'm just so glad so many people are playing that game. So,
Oh yeah, I know when there was like a bunch of people who just started running the game and I was like, oh wait, I got to verify these, but
yeah,
it was
you're
easy
oh yeah,
because
you're a
it's like
moderator for
yeah
those boards too. So, there you go.
yeah,
And
but
then
yeah the in-game type stuff was like it was it's easy to verify. It's just
easy to
like
verify, but I bet you get bombarded with submissions, especially when I decided I'd submit all of mine, so just here have 156 submissions.
I remember that.
And then
Yeah, I remember seeing that. I was like, yeah,
and
someone else
my
can do that.
yeah, and mine aren't up to date either now. Like I've been trying to be good about keeping them up to date, but like if I'm doing a speedrun mode run and I PB, I'll forget about it immediately. So
Yeah,
I need to go
yeah.
through and see what's different and submit my new
Yeah, that just
ones.
reminded me. I had like a speedrun mode PB at the end, like Mario Master,
Mhm.
or like PB by like 1 second, and I just completely forgot about it until now.
Yeah, that's another thing that sucks. It reminded me of that is in the legendary trial. If you get a PB, it doesn't count towards speedrun mode. and that
I
frustrates
hate
me.
that. I
That
mean,
frustrates me to no end.
it's very frustrating. It's just like you get a good time in that. It's just like, oh wait, it doesn't update it or anything.
Yeah,
It's just like
I know my Zelda 2 is
Zelda
faster
2,
in
yeah, I know. Zelda
Legendary
2, I
Trial.
do better in the Legendary Trial than I do in like the actual like speedrun mode thing.
Mhm.
And that just grinds my gears.
Yeah, unfortunate. I don't know why they because it counts in the tournament. It counts
Oh yeah.
in the World Championships. Why? I just I do not get that.
Yeah, the survival mode.
Survival mode. Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah.
I don't know.
What
Weird decision.
I don't know. Survival mode is just I don't know. I just do the silver one and I'm just like,
Yeah.
eh.
Yeah.
Like it's okay. Like it's just a side mode that just like I don't really care about that much. It's just
Yeah.
the three main ones: speedrun mode, world championships, legendary trial. So
Yeah. I'm more excited about how the in-person stuff kind of go because
oh yeah.
um when I was at PAX, they had the Nintendo booth and they when you go in, they do make you play they made you play Nintendo World Championships even though I was used to it. But
Oh
it's with like
nice.
other people. So I was like, "Oh, cool."
Oh
Unfortunately, they made us play on a monitor with like half a second of input lag, but other
oh
than that, I mean, yeah, I'm
jeez.
curious I'm curious what the in-person kind of feels like. But speaking
Yeah.
of, aren't you're hosting something at Pace here in a couple weeks?
Oh yes. Yeah. Nintendo World Championships NES Edition speedrun mode. New game though, not new game plus. New game. So
Ah, yes,
yeah.
you got to collect the
Yeah, so
coins.
that'll you have to collect the coins. And there'll be spending like 10 minutes on what is it? The what's the boss called in Zelda 2?
Oh, the like
Barba
snake
or something like
creature.
that? I think it's Barba.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't know myself just two
It's just
enemies.
it's called Firefight. I know that. It's like the master right before the legend one.
Yeah,
So
it's the like snake dragon boss thing. I
yeah,
don't
it
know.
takes like 2 seconds if you do it optimally.
Yeah,
And
I need to learn that because I keep fucking up that boss fight for no reason. Because I don't know, just doesn't work.
yeah. I mean, I, I
Anyway,
I I do it where it's like I get consistent like 2 second times sometimes, but I also get like consistent like 5 second times where it's like I have to go it goes down and it goes to the other side, and it's just like I mean I don't know what else to grind coins with. I mean like I don't know what would be faster than that. So I mean
no,
it's
yeah,
just
like a master challenge where you beat in like 2 seconds. Yeah,
yeah
that's the best coin grind.
yeah. I also have an incentive for a glitch exhibition, but I don't know
Oh,
what glitches I'll actually show off. So I'm like, I'm hoping like I'll probably just show off like some like it's not really like a glitch like exhibition, just showing off like some cool things you probably wouldn't see during the actual run. Where it's like I'll show off like, oh, this is like strategy unavailable,
yeah, I was gonna
or
say it's not a glitch exhibition; it's a strategy unavailable
strategy
exhibition.
unavailable exhibition. Yeah, but Milo was just like, I'll just call it glitch exhibition and just be like, that's simple enough. And I'm like, okay. And then there was oh yeah, that's right, the bid war that I put there. Uh there's like like the icons that they have for like the user that you can use,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
the Mario ones. I decided to do just a specific game, so I just randomized and I was like, oh, it's Kirby. Okay. So there's four options and you can choose which one like by donating to the thing, which is cool. Which is cool.
Mhm.
But that's what my icon will be during the run.
I see. Okay.
Yeah. So I would say people to donate that much. I mean, you can donate like $5 to that. Still donate no matter what. I mean, just if you want to, if you have like opportunity to do so. I mean, it's a great cause, but it's just I decided to like throw myself like incentive bid war just in case people were interested in donating and had fun with the Nintendo World Championships.
This is
Yeah,
this your first like marathon run?
first ever one in person. I've done
Wow.
online
Okay.
ones before,
Hmm.
but this will probably be yeah, this will be my first in person one. And it's at 6 a.m., which is nice.
Yeah. Well,
Cause
I'll
The
commentate it if
Europeans.
I'm awake. We'll see about that
Yeah,
though,
yeah. Okay, okay,
because my
okay.
run's like after it, right before
It's like
the
4 hours after. Yeah.
yeah, right before the tournament of the day,
Well, we
which
can
is
do it
probably
where it's
Mars
like I
64.
can commentate your run, like, or just do donations, for example, and then you can just be just commentating most of your most. Like, you can talk for most of it, for example, or we can just talk during the run.
Yeah, I'll figure out what I'm
Some
doing for mine. I
Yeah,
haven't
we'll
thought about
figure
it
it
yet.
out. Yeah, yeah. Even if you like have another commentator that you could have, like, I just don't know who would do my run. So,
Yeah.
and
We'll
if I
we'll
have to
see if
talk
I'm awake.
myself, if I talk to myself, like, I don't mind. Like, it's whatever. It's just I'm excited for that. I'm excited to meet everybody again.
Hmm. Yeah, this
But
definitely seems like it's gonna be a more like chill, not as many people go in type deal.
yeah, like I'll be there like Sunday, and then I will be busy from Monday, Tuesday to Wednesday, and then Wednesday night I'll be there because I I won't take off work during those times. So
Hmm.
yeah,
And then
yeah, but it's only a few weeks away, man. It's only a few weeks
it
away.
is coming up, that's for sure. And then, oh,
2 weeks, I think. Yeah, 2 weeks. That's crazy.
yeah, and
That is
you're hosting something for the game there too.
yes, the World Championships. Yeah. So I'll probably still need a few more people. So I'm gonna try to ask around. But
I know I signed up at least.
yeah, there's six so far. Uh, I'm trying to get at least eight,
Hmm.
and then I have prizes that I have in mind. Like I'm getting like I'm gonna try to get a trophy actually for like the
Mm.
winner. So like an actual like, but not like it'll be like a generated like not really like high quality produced type of thing. Just like those like custom award things that you would make. And it's just like yeah, it's not great, but like it does the job.
Yeah, no one's expecting to pay money for
Yeah,
this or whatever. I don't know.
and like if it's like a few bucks to like make it, like I'll pay for that. Yeah, like it's whatever. But I'm still very excited. Like I'm doing like a it's like the party mode challenge packs. I forget party mode exists though,
Hmm.
because it's like
Yeah.
the party mode is just like whenever you have like friends, like we're gonna do like a 1v1 type of thing, and like I'm probably gonna seed it based off like who has played the game a lot more
Hmm.
and who's played the game a lot less. But it's also double elimination, so that's definitely something to keep in mind. Like I might just put like me and you in like the same type of like bracket, where it's like so it's not like unfair for like some people to like. I don't know. I'll figure something out. I'll probably just randomize it,
Hmm.
something like that. But Nintendo World Championships is it's still a very fun game. Like for $30, it's definitely worth the price. Like it's actually like a decent price for something, and it's not like way overpriced.
Yeah. Although the physical's 60, but I know you get like little trinkets with it or whatever.
Oh yeah, deluxe set, yeah.
But I got it digitally because $30 is cheaper.
$30 is $30. Yep. Yeah,
Mathematically
like,
accurate. Can't argue with
yep.
that.
I know. Yeah, exactly.
All right. Well, is that essentially everything in the timeline, I guess?
I mean, it's kind of just like what I've speedrun over the years. Like I've moderated games. Like I've done a bunch of Jackbox stuff, but it's like I don't know. I wasn't really I wasn't like active in like speedrunning it though, because I just did like
Hmm.
one run of a game and then I moved on to something different. That's especially with Ace Attorney because I recently got into that as well.
I love that
Like a few months,
franchise, but I can't imagine
yeah, a
that's
few
a
months ago.
very fun
Oh
run.
no, it's painful. Like
Yeah.
I'm not doing it again probably at least for a while. I mean, the chance that me and another runner, Galaxy, will do like a very long race,
Hmm.
like at some point. But I'll have to find the time for that. But I'm not sure when that'll be. But I thought about it, and I still love to play the games in general. Like Ace Attorney is still a fun series to play, just
Hmm.
by itself. speedrunning it though is like you kind of like get the idea of the game, but it's just like you're kind of just going through it as fast as you can. And it's just like you don't really the game after it unless you like look it up and it's just like, oh, that's what happened.
Hmm.
So it's still, yeah, that's kind of where I am now, where it's like I don't really speedrun that much, like from time to time, but like when I do, it's like world championships. I plan on speedrunning Mario Party Jamboree, and I
Hmm.
do some Jackbox stuff from time to time, but and I've kind of been inactive on YouTube. But I done a lot more Twitch streams recently, and I probably will do some more in the future since I have a new microphone now. So
Hmm.
that's
How
what I'm very excited about.
I know Mario Party Jamboree is very new. How will
Oh
the
yeah,
runs
very
for
new.
that work?
3 days ago, it came out, and it's a lot better than I thought it was going to be. I've had so much fun with so many people,
Hmm.
and it's just like I want to keep playing and just experiencing it because I still there's still so much that I just have not played yet, but I want to play it at specific moments where people are active and will actually be playing alongside with me and just playing along with friends. And I definitely think like I'm definitely gonna try and play this at Pacefall because it's a very recent game. It's it'll be like but like it's a very long like Mario Party because they said like the estimate for like 10 turns is 90 minutes.
Oh,
Yes,
what the?
90 minutes. And I'm just like, oh. So I was like, yeah, we probably won't spend that much time on like the Mario Party aspect because at Pacefall you're meeting new people. You speedrun some specific stuff, but like you want to like talk to people like that you like are you don't see online you just see online and you just talk to like over like a voice call, for example, like we're doing right now.
Hmm.
And then we'll be doing the same thing 2 weeks from now. So
Hmm.
and it's very cool stuff. And I mean it's just like doing speedrun stuff like I mean if you find the game that like you're very passionate about and you want to learn more about like you still love the game and you also want to do it as fast as you can, for example, definitely like give it a shot. I mean it's definitely something that if you find a community that's like that you're like very passionate about or like you like a very nice community that is willing to help you out in case you have any questions, like there's it's definitely like you got to find the right community, I think, because there's some communities that I feel like the toxicity is there at some points because they have like their specific like groups where like they make a lot of memes that most people wouldn't understand. There's also like people that like be like, oh, we just kind of like do this run and stuff, and it's just like we don't really do much of else at all. So it's like it's really just like finding something that that you just you think you'll have a fun time with, and it's and hope and just make sure like you won't be super upset with yourself over the game because I don't like people who like who get like who get really mad at like
Hmm.
speedrunning, and it's just like it is just a game at the end of the day.
Been
So
there
it's
though.
just yeah, but I've had my moments where I make it sound like I'm a hypocrite when I be like I get mad, but it's like when I get to the point of a run where it's like I don't want to mess up, but it's just like ah,
I mean,
it's just
the anger stems from passion, at least. That's what I like to
yeah
remember. I mean, I have gotten better at controlling
yeah
anger, but yeah, I mean, you wouldn't
yeah.
get
I've
angry if you
definitely
didn't
gotten better
care,
too.
so that's a good way to look at it, I think.
Yeah, for sure.
But
Yeah, as in, I used to get like very angry, just be like I just need to be not angry at the game and just play normally, and then just and also like speedrun normally, and just not talk during the run most of the time because I'm just like I just want to focus, and it's just and just try and do some just speedrun as fast as you possibly can. That's all. really have to say, and that's just about it for like the timeline, really.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I speed ran like from time to time, starting off, and then 2020 I got really invested in like speedrunning. Still, I still am like invested in like staying up to date with speedrunner.com, like checking the site like probably like a few days at a time, for
Mm-hmm.
example. And it's just doing that like at that extent of what I did in 2020. It was like I would never do that again. And it's just like I would speedrun stuff from time to time whenever I had free time because I'm balancing school and work life and stuff like that. Just like my hands are just kind of like I'll get to it eventually, but like it's still fun to like just experience games because it's just you experience like the world that's like within, and it's just it's awesome. I mean, it's speedrunning is just a different like subset of that where it's just like, oh, so I'm gonna do it try to do it as fast as like humanly possibly can, and that's definitely something that would be Nintendo World Championships because that would fit both mediums for absolute certainty. Uh, I forget NES edition at the end of it though.
Mm-hmm.
I forget that that is like NES edition, just Nintendo World Championships NES edition. I'm just like, will we get a SNES edition at some point? Will we get it N64 edition at
That's
some
what I've
point?
been saying. Like, you don't just name it edition and don't expect more editions
Yeah,
later. So,
that's what I'm thinking. I was like, if it happens at some point, like probably like Switch 2 era or something, that'd be cool. But
yeah,
it's at the moment where it's like I don't like Nintendo as a company. I can talk
I
about
think most
Nintendo and
people kind of
yeah,
agree
but
there. But
I still appreciate the games that they actually spend time like actually like making and actually like being good games. But as a company, I don't really like their integrity towards like YouTube creators, for example. Like they will like take
yeah,
down like videos, and it's just like yeah, it's just it's not personally my
not a
favorite.
fan.
Like not a fan, yeah.
Not a
And
fan
it's just
of
like
the
it's like I don't
removal of
really talk to
content.
that much about them like on like YouTube at all, but on Twitch I would definitely would. Like I don't really care about like I mean sometimes it just be like, hey Nintendo, I'm sorry, but like you kind of suck as a
Kind of.
company sometimes.
Yeah,
It's just like the main corporation. It's just like you have Disney, you have Nintendo, you have some other companies, for example, like that would just I don't trust them, but like I kind of use their products like a lot, so it's just
it's
like
impossible not to, right?
yeah, it's
Almost.
impossible not to because they're kind of like the monopoly, kind of like forming around like the specific like things that they offer. So it's
Hmm.
just like I don't know what to do about that. So
Anyway, so the timeline, I guess, at least with the games that, were the most impactful, it sounds like. So it was Go Vacation into Wii series into Jackbox into NWC, kind of.
yeah, I mean that's definitely what was like the most impactful ones.
Hmm.
Like there was like the subsets of like I would just play a random game that was like off the eShop and then just
Yeah.
snap just for fun. I mean, it was all right. It was just like I didn't really care that much about those games like moving forward though because I would just speed run it and then move on. It was just
Hmm.
I still do that with a bunch of other games like especially with Ace Attorney. I just do one run and I was like, yeah, I'm
Yeah.
probably not gonna do that again because of how long it takes. But like they're still fun games to play. Like at least like even it means like speedrunning them at to like a certain extent where it's like you're doing it as fast as you can, but it's like oh, uh, you're also like experiencing the game, even if it's like its full game itself. It's just like still very cool, and I think of it fun. It's just like I speedrun a lot. I've speedrun
Hmm.
a lot of games. There's like a few. I still need to upload a bunch of like runs that I just have not like put on speedrun.com yet. So I probably do have 1,000, but it's just I enjoy playing games to where it's like I've kind of like I still speedrun from time to time, but it's like I kind of don't want to do that much speedrun stuff. I mean, World Championships is probably the one game where it's like it's tight, so it's like it kind of makes sense to speedrun that. Where the other games, it's like okay, well, it's kind of like a party game, for example, but it's like why do you want to speedrun it when it could be like RNG dependent, for example, like Mario Party or like the Quiplash dialogue that we talked about. So it's just yeah,
Yes,
it's
shut
definitely
up,
something.
Smitty the Run.
What's that?
Shut up, Schmitty the Run. That's what I'll call
Yeah,
it. But
yeah.
here's a question though. With all since you've done like a bunch of those kind of one-off runs, do any of them like stick out to you? Like, are there any highlights?
Ooh, it's a great question. There's a game that I played. It's like a retro type of vibe, and it's like a horror anthology game, and it's
Hmm.
called the Creepy Syndrome. And I remember playing the game. And it's like four different subset games where it's like one game you like go through like a tunnel, and it's like very like dark past of like stuff that like happened, and it's just like and you hear that stuff is like it's very like heartbreaking stuff like it happens, but like it's also like kind of like scary to some extent. And then it's just like yeah, four different sub like spaces, and you have like you either get like a bad ending for the game or like a good ending for the game, and it depends on like how like if you survive, for example, or if you don't survive. It's just something like that. And then there's what else is there? Another one called End of the Road, where it's like an 8-bit type of style of game where you go through like and it's just like a bunch of like haunted stuff. I don't know. I mean, it's kind of hard for me to explain because I'm not really best at explaining a lot of games. Like I just show people like videos of like what the game really is about.
Hmm.
But that was definitely one that definitely left an impression on me. Like I did like 3 runs of the game where it's like I did a bad ending run, I did a good ending run, and I also did an inconclusive run, which is like 2 and 2, bad and too bad and too good ending. And it's also like there's 3 different endings, so that's why I
Hmm.
was like, oh, that's cool. But I definitely it definitely left an impression on me because I got it for my birthday. Uh, I think uh last year or the year, yeah, something like that. And it was very interesting. Like it definitely was. It was like I wouldn't play it again, but it was a nice game that I just like I would definitely do it again just for fun, and I probably wouldn't speedrun it again, but it was one of those games that definitely were like sticked out to me as like a game that I would recommend for people to play, and it's just. But I don't know about how people like horror games,
Hmm.
anthology type of things. So it's just like if you're not into that type of stuff, like I get it, it's fine. But that's definitely one that like sticked out to me. I was just like, yeah, I like that game. And it's at the point where like in Switch games, I have so many games that like I just download that are like a few bucks. And it's just like, yeah, some of these games I probably wouldn't speedrun because some of them could be like very difficult. For example, like there's one game I played that like I couldn't get past like a specific stage. I'm just like, yeah, I don't want to do this anymore. But it only cost me like 10 cents. So I was like, it was worth it. Worth it to only pay 10 cents for a game on Nintendo Switch eShop.
Sure.
But
Did any of these one-offs make like really good speed runs specifically?
ooh, uh, probably not the game I just mentioned, but I would definitely say there was like a retro another retro type of game. It was called Cosmonauta. It's it's on Switch as well. I think it's like $1, and it's like it's like a bunch of levels that you play, and there's specific like obstacles, and it's like a platformer basically, like different platforming levels. There's 65, I think. The last level is like the most difficult one, like entirely. It is like I don't understand how they made that level because it was like there's like no checkpoints whatsoever. It is tedious to its core, and I remember playing that level and I was just like, I'm just gonna exclude this from the speedrun because it technically was a bonus level that they put into the game. So when I submitted the run, I was like, yeah, this is actually a bonus level, which is really difficult. So I was like, yeah, that's about it.
Okay. So
and
mostly just garbage, but there are some highlights in the pack.
oh yeah, yeah,
I
absolutely.
mean that's just the eShop for you or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, there's a lot of like it's shovelware stuff. Like we had a bunch of it. Switch has crap ton of it, and it's just
A
there's some good
ludicrous amount
stuff.
of
Like
it.
there is some good stuff, but it's like a lot of it is just like, what is this?
Yeah.
And like a bunch of like mobile games that they transferred over, and it's just like this does not work.
But you
And
just speed run a bunch of them just for shits and giggles, I guess.
yeah, I mean
Okay,
just
fair
just for
enough.
fun. I mean, try something new. I mean, just
It's good to
that's
find
why I like.
enjoyment out of some not good content, so.
Yeah, I mean it. Like there's some like some dollar stuff that I would definitely like recommend to people. Like yeah,
Mhm.
Cosmonauta and the Creepy Syndrome are like the two main examples
Yeah.
because they were just so fun to play. Like I actually really like them, and it's just there's some good games out there that people just don't really speedrun that much, and they definitely should. But it
Mhm.
is just also some ones that are just kind of like, yeah, there's a reason why people don't speedrun this, and it's just like it's either too long, it's either too difficult, or it's they just don't really care about you. So it's cool though. It's cool. I definitely have a fun time speedrunning, and it's at the point where it's like I'll speedrun whenever I want to, but I also just want to have fun
Mhm.
playing games
Well,
as
having fun's
well.
the most important part of speedrunning,
Having
I
fun is
think,
the most
so.
important part, and like if I don't have fun, I just kind of like okay, I'll play something that's like casual. Like I'll play, and I actually play MLB The Show a lot. So
Oh, sure.
whenever I just want to play casually and just not worry about like I play on beginner difficulty, so I'm just swinging home runs for days. Just like I just want to have fun at that point. It's just like I don't want to be stressed out of my mind, and it's
Mhm.
just like I don't want to experience that too much anymore. It's just I still love speedrunning. It's still something that like I think a lot of people think it's still very fun, and it's still but it's just like I don't want to I don't want to do it to where like it's overkill and it's just like I'm doing too much of it. I think so. I'm
Mhm.
just like trying to cut back a little bit on it, but it's still very fun. Like I definitely have so much fun playing games, speedrunning games, and
Mhm.
just just a lot. Yeah, it's just that's kind of what speedrunning is all about. Just doing a game as fast as possible, and that's basically the full extent of it. So,
Mhm. So, how many events have you gone to?
I've gone to Pace Summer, Speedrun Summit, and then I'm going to Pace Fall, and
Oh,
that'll
so
be my third
this most
third one.
recent pace was your first like in-person event you've gone to?
Pace Summer was my first in
Hmm.
person one. Yeah, because
Well,
I've done like 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 I've seen like marathons like on like Owengus is what it's called I think,
yep.
and I was like, oh, there's this one that my one of my friends was like, hey, you should submit towards this. Like they need more like games for the speedrun. It's like I don't know what to submit, and it's just like, well, the one it's called Horror Ibble Games. So it's like it's either horror game or it's a horrible game.
My
And
favorite combination.
I was like, perfect. That's like I have a bunch of horrible games that I play, so let's just submit one of them. And I got in. I was like, oh, cool. And I started off the marathon. I was like, oh, so I
You
started off
started it?
the entire thing.
What
I was
game
just
was
like,
it?
that is. I think. Oh God, what was it called? I think it's called ESPN Sports Connection. That's a Wii U game. It's really bad. I think it's like a 32 on Metacritic or something like that. Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Alrighty.
I don't know. Yeah, I could go so much into that game, but it's just it it has such a long loading screen where it's like the loading screen is a full minute
Oh my
just
god.
to load the game.
Sonic
Like
06 fan.
if that is not bad by itself, then I don't know what is, because
I love finding
it.
fun in horror or horrible stuff like the silly blocks GDQ. Oh, some of my
Oh yeah,
favorite stuff.
those are fun. Yeah,
So
yeah. I think I also
every
did.
game has its place, good or
Yeah,
bad. You can have
yeah.
fun with it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I also have played Hasbro Family Game Night during that marathon.
Oh my god.
Yes, the Wii packs from like 1, 2, 3, and 4. I have all of them. So I mean, it's they were fun. I mean, like the game we did play, like the 3, was actually like good for the marathon because it actually was not a bad game, but it still was classified as horrible because it was just like, oh yeah, this is still not great. I mean, it's not it's compared to other games, like games that like have been received well. It doesn't live up to like the expectations. So it's just like, yeah, kind of the full extent of just like, I've done some marathons where like I've done Wii Sports stuff. I've done the horrible able games, stuff like that. And I've also done Go Vacation at at some of them as well. And I also tried submitting it for Pace Fall, but instead I got the speedrun mode new game, and I was just like, oh, I didn't expect to get this one because my submission was pretty bad.
Yeah, they accepted it over my legendary trial submission. So
I know we were planning on doing that race, and it was just
yeah.
like, oh yeah, you'll do something different instead.
Yeah,
And
something
I
I
think
am
we
still not ready to do. I should probably, de-rust
yeah,
or
I think I'm
whatever.
gonna practice it this week myself. I might do it after this interview actually.
Hmm.
The Speedrunner Spotlight thing, which I've had a great time talking with you. I
Well,
mean, I
thanks.
just yeah, I mean, I wanted to do this for a while. Like if like I think there was one I watched. I think it was the Flibbity Dibbity
Oh
one.
yeah. Oh, that was a good
That
one. I
was the
love that
that
tech.
was, that was, yeah, that was the first one I
Oh,
watched.
you got to see it in person then, right? At the most recent pace.
Yeah, yeah, I remember seeing that. I that
Hmm.
was awesome.
Yeah, I
That
love that
was
shit.
yeah, that was cool. And yeah, I definitely want to see that again for 2024.
Yeah, I think it'll be a yearly thing at pace.
Yeah,
So.
yeah. As long as they do the ballroom again, I think that like
Oh,
the
that
big
setup was
room,
so good.
the
Yes.
setup was really good. I mean,
I loved that.
For Speedrun Summit, they did the other room,
Yeah,
like
I saw
the
that. Oh yeah, you
because
were
I
at
mean,
Speedrun Summit and didn't
I
talk about that
was,
yet.
yes, yeah. Me and Gamer Bro were just chilling because I didn't really know nobody else, so I just talked with Gamer Bro, and I was just like, hey, what's up? And I didn't really know him that well, but I was like, we just hang out. We saw, yeah, there was like 20 people there,
Really?
like
Only?
including the 12 streamers, like the tech people, and then like a few VIPs at a time. Like the most they had was like 30. Like there was not that many people.
God damn.
And mainly because the price was like 160. And I was just like, yeah, that's probably why people don't want to show up for that. But
Yeah,
now it's like
I couldn't do that.
yeah.
My God.
Now it's just like yeah, it's pace is still fun. I mean, it's still I still consider it a great time. and I definitely would recommend for people to definitely if you want to go to another go to Pace Summer 2025, definitely,
Mm-hmm.
definitely
Yeah,
plan
the
for that.
summers are generally bigger
The
because
summers are generally
no
bigger, and
school
I would consider,
interference, less chance for
yeah,
work interference. Yeah.
yeah, as long as they don't put it for May. So
Mm,
yeah,
yeah.
if they put it for July, probably that would make more sense.
But yeah, Pace coming soon. We're both doing
I
runs.
know,
Go
I
watch.
know,
Yeah.
yeah, and
Advertisement.
yeah, advertisement,
Advertisement. Woo.
advertisement.
We're doing it. All right. Um,
Yeah.
I guess that's everything. I guess I can ask like future plans in terms of runs you
Oh
may
yeah, for
haven't done,
sure.
but maybe thinking content plans, anything like that.
I mean, my plans right now, I mean, it's just I kind of just want to I want to definitely spearrun Mario Party Jamboree because
Hmm.
at first at first I didn't because I was like I wanted to see how well the game was, but then
Yeah.
I realized this game would actually be fun to speedrun. So, but probably not the all boards one, probably just the party the story mode that they have.
There's a story mode?
There's a
Ooh.
yes,
So
it's very
like
fun actually.
minigame
Yeah.
island type stuff, huh?
Uh, I would say so. Yeah, I would say it is.
Mm-hmm. Because I know that
Minigame
makes a pretty
Island
good
esque.
run out of a Mario
Yeah,
Party
but there's
ish.
but there's also a point in the run where it's like you do so there's like a quiz and it's from Lakitu, and you need 30 mini stars to move on to the next one. But the problem is that Lakitu has 10 mini stars for 10 questions on the quiz. So a third of the run is just asking answering questions from Lakitu, and it's just like why did they do this? And it's just
Okay.
now it's just planning out the route of just what would be fast enough to where it's you don't have to do that many mini games to lose that much time, but it's also how can you do it as fast as you possibly can to move on to the next one. And the
Mm-hmm.
story mode is not really that difficult at all. I mean, I don't think I've had much issue with the story mode at all.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like the Mario Party 9 bosses where it's you get they have the health bar for the character. It's kind of like Mario Party 9. It's just I like Mario Party 9 story mode kind of thing. It's very nice.
All right. Cool. I'm glad the
Yeah,
game
and
sounds good.
yeah, I plan on doing some more World Championship stuff.
Mhm.
So probably some more Mario Kart Wii stuff eventually.
Have you like
But
run Mario Kart Wii or just?
oh yeah, I've run Mario Kart Wii, but
Mhm.
I don't know.
Can you do
It's
the
just
skips?
sometimes
Yeah, I know. Mario Kart Wii skips are
I
really
mean
hard.
sometimes they're really difficult. Yeah, yeah. I mean, there's one I can say GBA Bowser Castle 3.
Ah,
That
yes.
one, yeah, that one is. I usually do well just going around normally, but just it saves time too. It's just I don't know.
I can do the Grumble Volcano
Oh yeah,
every time.
that's
I
cool.
I do
Yeah.
have a 3 lap Wario Gold Mine, no pipe bounce, but
Oh nice.
I'd not like put too much time into those, but stuff like that's fun.
Yeah, fair enough.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, Mario Kart Wii is like one of my all-time favorite games. So,
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's awesome.
and again, yeah,
Yeah,
I
I mean, I
installed
have a
like
lot. I have a lot of Wii games, a lot of Switch games. I play a lot of games, but there's a lot I don't play. So it's just it's at the point where whenever it's a specific moment where I want to get some money for games that I don't play, I'll definitely just sell them at some point.
hmm,
But it's just I want to play a lot and experience a lot of different stuff because I like the variety stuff. I don't want to play a specific one game and just be this one person who just plays this and that's it.
mhm.
I just want to experience the vast worlds of video games, even games that I haven't even played yet that I have yet to explore. There's still a lot to look forward to, and there's a lot of games that I still have not played yet. A lot of examples, I would say Mario 64, Mario Sunshine, a lot of other ones. I think I signed up for that relay at Pace, so
Mhm.
I'll have to do a shine there, and I have not played Mario Sunshine yet, so yikes.
Yeah, I did not sign up because I do not like that game. But if they
Well,
need
I
people,
signed up
maybe I
because
should.
I'm willing to experience what it's like for the like to like actually play it and also I'll be available for it. But
Hmm.
I'll definitely be like the worst person there. So I'm like, give me an easy start, please. Easy shine at least. Sorry, my bad.
Yep.
But yeah, it's just I my future plan is just to like experience more of what there is to offer about speedrunning because there's still a lot more that I just don't know yet. And it's just I do other things. I moderate. I speedrun like specific games, but I also want to try and branch out to like different games that I just haven't done so yet. I definitely
Hmm.
want to at some point, but it's just there's so much to play. It's just like you want to find the time to like really like what will actually like be like worth my time to like oh what would I actually speedrun this or would I probably not speedrun this? Like that's a question I need to answer for myself. So yeah.
Hmm. Well, I think that's everything, right? Sounds like a
I think
natural
that is.
conclusion.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's just it's been I can't believe it's been 5 years. Like
Yeah.
it's crazy to think about that because it's like I feel like this has been the most active I've been like speedrun wise in a while. But like I don't want to like overdo it at all. It's just I kind of just want to relax playing games and I don't want it to just be like force of habit, like be like, oh, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. I just like I don't really have that much time to really do just do like what I did in the past, and now it's like putting it in the future and like being like, hey, I'm gonna do this way. So
Hmm.
yeah, it's been fun. I'm glad I'm glad I've done this. Like I glad I there wasn't really I mean there was some lag issues with my camera, but like
Well, I mean,
can't be
I
perfect at
said the
all. So
warning at the start, and it didn't go completely out. So we're gonna consider this a W because I've had it where I was affected much worse than.
yes, W. There we go.
Yes, big W's in the chat. Anyway, um,
Yes.
yeah, I think we can call it a day here. So, yeah, thanks for being on the show. Thanks for watching, everyone.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for having me.
Let me do the shout out command before I forget. But yeah, you can you can promote however you'd like right
Oh
now.
yeah, I forget. I have the 2 zeros. I forget about that.
Yeah, we make
Yeah,
it
my
work.
my username is like I used to be like a specific like 101 type thing, like just at the end of the one. But I was
Mm-hmm.
just like, huh, what would be cool? Just put 2 zeros instead. And I might switch it at some point, but I don't know. I just like it like that. It's very unique. I would say. Just
Sure.
yeah,
But yeah,
yeah, that
all
was
all the
great.
link all the links are available. You know where to go.
Yeah, of course. And also make sure
Yes.
you follow GTA if you haven't already. Make sure you do so.
I mean, I can't argue with that. But this is the first stream where I have like the blue sky uh
Oh yeah,
on
true.
there now too. Would recommend, by the way.
Would recommend. Yes,
That's where I am now because
definitely
Twitter
follow
gets
the
the
blue
middle
sky for
finger.
sure.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
But all right. Well, I guess GG gamers, we can end it off here
GG's.
now. So, all
Yes,
right.
thank you so much. I mean, that was fun. Absolutely
Yeah,
love that.
no, thanks for having interest in the show. I'm glad I could get you on. So,
Yeah, of course. Thank you.
see you
Appreciate
at
that.
Pace. Hopefully, I'll be awake and available to do comms.
Yeah, of
So,
course. 2 weeks away. I mean, it's yeah.
just two
I'll be
weeks
excited
away.
for that. Yeah, I know. Insane.
Insane. All
I
right.
know.
All right. Take care, everyone. See you next week for the next episode. And goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.